So we're going to talk about how to do the dishes in a way without making a credit card swipe on the low back. This can be really, really powerful. It's another one that a lot of people struggle with, and just doing these couple little changes can be massive because dishes feel like they're a quick thing to do. Well, a lot of times we end up spending 10, 15, up to 30 minutes working on it. And what happens is we end up just in this position a little bit. So you're at that 150% load. And then if you're working with the dishwasher, you end up going like this over and over and over again. So first off, to address the position that you're in at the sink, all I'm going to suggest is that you widen your stance, you get right up to the sink so you can work like this and not like this. Try to stay tall. Now, if you're able to rinse something with one hand, keep it in the bottom of the sink and then just use the spray or the brush to rinse if you can. If the thing requires two hands, use one hand to quickly pull it out, stand upright, and then do your two-handed scrubbing, okay? So anytime you have to bend forward at all, just use a hand like this. If you have a super deep sink, it might be a forearm, but anytime you got to just use one hand, you got to bend forward, just put a hand down, okay? That takes the load off your back and into the countertop. Now, the second piece to this is how to avoid the repetitive bending that happens when you're putting things into the dishwasher. And it's this easy. Instead of moving into the dishwasher after each dish, when you finish rinsing a dish, put it on the counter by where the dishwasher is. So say the dishwasher's on my right here. Every time I rinse a dish, I'm just going to put it right here, make a pile. If things stack well, stack them so that way you don't run out of room. You just make a collection. Once all of that is done and you're ready to load the dishwasher, you're going to do it all together in one fell swoop by just shifting to the side, getting on a knee, putting your forearm down on one knee. If you want, you can even lean into the counter. That gives you a little extra support, but you don't need to. And you're just going to use your hand and just one piece at a time, load the dishwasher like this. If your knee doesn't tolerate this well, you can come in from the other side if your other knee does tolerate it well. If neither of them tolerate it, just get a $9 knee pad off of Amazon or at a garden shop or whatever it is, and just keep it under your sink. And then when you're going to load the dishwasher, you can plop it out real quick and do this. Then the same thing will go for unloading the dishwasher. So when you unload, get down on one knee, get everything out of the bottom shelf. Heck, you can even get everything out of the top shelf. And then you just use the counter for support and stand up. You'll actually be faster loading and unloading the dishwasher because it'll be more of an assembly line fashion. It's more efficient and it will drastically save your back. And then the last thing I would just tell you is that if you're putting something Tupperware, for example, and it all goes in a low shelf, then when you're in the upright position or when you're bent over taking things out of the dishwasher, just put all of the Tupperware above the cabinet that it goes into so that you can go over there. And then in one group, actually kneel again and put all the stuff into the lower cabinet. Or the other thing you could do is if you have things in general that go into lower cabinets, just use that one hand trick again. Put that down on the counter, and then as you bend over towards the counter, you just keep the weight in on that hand, let one foot slide back, and you can get down to those lower shelves with a lot less stress.